Hi, this is Oren from Oren's Cooking. Tonight I'm gonna make some pumpkin pie with pecans. Alright, to start this pie I'm gonna use some short crust sheet, and I will show you what I do. So I'll just take this off. Easy. Put it aside. And then we're just gonna put it on here. So as you see, the pastry is a bit too big. So what I like to do is just round the edges a bit on each side. Take the rest of the pastry that we already have and just line the edges all around. Alright, now that we fixed all our pastry, what I'm taking is some cooking paper and I'm going to cut it up so I can put it on the top so the pastry doesn't rise while I'm making it. Now all I'm doing is taking a little bit of rice on the top to stop it from puffing up, because it doesn't have to be puff pastry. I just need it to stay the way it is. Alright, now we cook the pastry. I need to let it cool down, so I'm going to take off the rice. Make sure the edges are not puffed up, and you can just push on them a little bit to let it settle, and just leave it to cool down till you're ready to make the filling. Now to start our filling, we're going to take some pumpkin cubes. I have 500 grams of pumpkin cubes, and I'm just going to put it on my dish here. And all I'm going to do is put some oil so I can soften it. We need to soften it so we can blend it afterwards. And we're going to put it in the oven at 180 degrees for about 20 minutes. Alright, so I finished cooking this. Now you know when it's soft, when you can squeeze on it. Easy to cook. I'm going to put it on my new Ninja food processor. I ended up cooking it for half an hour to 40 minutes. Alright, now that we pureed our pumpkin in the Ninja food processor that I have, I'm just going to put it all into my container, and we're going to start doing our filling. So that's 500 grams of a pumpkin. 2 eggs. That's 1. 2 eggs. And then 300 grams of, I'm using cream, cooking cream. Half a cup of sugar. White sugar. Nutmeg, I'm going to do half a spoon of nutmeg, so I have a teaspoon here, just small because it's quite strong. And then I'm going to add some cinnamon. I would use 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. You can always add more if it's not strong enough. Do a little bit more. Comes out. And then I'm going to put some maple syrup as well. Just a little bit. And we're going to a little bit of vanilla, just for the taste. Oh, it's a lot. Didn't mean to. Never mind. And just going to mix it all up. And then, alright, now that we got our filling all mixed up, I'm just going to add it all together to the pie. I know it's a bit lumpy, I didn't mean it that way, but and then I'm going to cook this at 180 degrees for at least 1 hour. Now that I finished cooking the pumpkin, I'm just going to put it in the fridge for at least an hour to 2 hours. And then I'm going to put on the pecans once it's done. Alright, for the pistachio that goes on top of the pie, I got 150 grams of pistachio. I'm just going to cut 50 grams of butter, and I'm going to melt it all through. Now we're going to add half a cup of sugar, and we're going to add maple syrup, about a spoon of maple syrup, and we're going to add our oil, our butter that we just melted, and we're just going to mix it all up. Now we're going to take our pumpkin pie, and all we're doing is spreading this out, just nice and even all through. Alright, now my pie is done. Just wanted to show you. I'm just going to put it in the fridge for a little bit. It doesn't have to be much longer. And then it's ready to be served. Have a nice night. Bye.